Hello everyone and welcome back to Leaping Lotus Tarot. My name is Addison. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking out my channel. As you can see, if you're a returning subscriber, this is a new setup. May not be a permanent situation, but definitely let me know if you like it. Drop in the comments if you think it's pretty cool, because I think it's pretty cool. My friend helped me set this up and it's pretty neat. So I'm in a different location because it's New Year's, and so I decided to, with a New Year's reading, do all of the signs. And I've got little timestamps that I'm going to include for you guys to know where to pick up your particular zodiac sign at. So I went ahead and pre-drew here for Virgo. So starting at Virgo, all right, let me just go ahead and put down this timestamp real quick. So we got 48 here. All right, so right away with Virgo, what's really cool about this particular tarot deck is we have the All Gifted. And I looked it up in the book because the All Gifted, some different tarot decks will have different representations for the major arcana. And I was like, okay, let me look at this one and see what it is. And actually, the All Gifted is actually a unique card specific to this tarot deck. So it's a completely its own card, basically. And the description of it essentially is that it's kind of like the divine, basically. It's the representation of God or the universe or the infinite, knowing the infinite power. And they kind of compared it to like the energy of like divine feminine, divine masculine too. So it's kind of like the yin yang. It's basically, it's everything, right? It's the eternal now. It's your definition of God, however you choose to define that. So awesome, Virgo, that you have the divine here in your reading. So what I'm getting with this overall, this whole vibe here, is the Hanged Man reverse. So basically you were in a state before, and this, keep in mind that this is for the new year, so I'm kind of going to speak to the fact that this is like where you're moving into, what you've currently gone through, and like what your next steps are for the year. So basically this year for you is looking like a huge period of enlightenment and awakening and self-reflection. I get a little bit here too. With the Hangman being reversed, you're no longer in a state of having to contemplate, pause, surrender. You're really much more decisive here with that Two of Wands reverse. Before you're at this precipice of like, I feel like you're making a choice. Now, this is not Two of Swords energy in that you're, feeling indecisive. This is something that with the Two of Wands, it was kind of causing you to have to decide which journey you were going to take. So it wasn't indecisive. I feel like you were happy with either choice, but now you're really coming to the decision with that Hangman reverse. Like, okay, like I'm no longer in pause. I'm no longer having to contemplate over this. And also with this being reversed too, it's like, it's clearly decided now at this point. And whatever it is leading you to your ultimate highest form of intuition and highest self here with that All Gifted. And the High Priestess too. So I feel like this just sort of is the energy that you're embodying. So I feel like this year could be a really, I'm hearing the word fertile even. I don't know if you're expecting to maybe have children or if you're just really embracing your sensual energy. The High Priestess has a very mysterious type of vibe to her, kind of a seductive. There's nothing unstable basically about the High Priestess though. She's very empowered. So even though she kind of gives me devil energy a little bit with like kind of embracing her sort of like lusty nature, it's not imbalanced in any way. So this is a very beautiful spread for Virgo for the year. So very exciting stuff. Congratulations on kind of coming to that decision that you were a little bit kind of like like which path should I take. Awesome that you're kind of getting clear on it, because I think that by you being decisive and coming down to that clarity of what you're choosing, it's going to lead to a bunch of abundance this year, and you're going to be in really a highly empowered state for yourself. So now we're going to jump into Capricorn at 409 here. And let's go ahead and get a little spread here for Capricorn. Capricorn for the New Year's. Let's get a couple more. We've got one out so far. Tried to have a whole bunch fall out just there, but oh, we got another one. All right, let's start with just these three so far. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles. So you're holding tight to something here. Let's see what else we've got going. Strength, oh my. And Ace of Cups, wow. Okay, so Capricorn, you were kind of going through a situation where You felt like you had to hold close to something. And you might have felt like you needed to make a choice on something and you were really unsure of doing it. It felt like an emotional decision here because we have that Ace of Cups present. So you're holding close to some sort of emotion. And what's interesting about Strength is it's like, I'm getting that you're trying to kind of start over with this emotion. So I don't know if you're in like a new connection or if you're in an old connection that you're looking to stronger establish and build a strength into. So maybe you're contemplating, maybe you weren't happy in your connection, but you're holding on to it because something was telling you like, you know, hold on to this. I'm not entirely happy in certain aspects, but something's telling me to hold on to this. And it took a lot of strength, and I think it will continue to take strength. There's something about this connection with this Ace of Cups. It's beautiful in the sense that you're going to start over. There's a rebirth with it. So that's really exciting, especially if you're unsure in the past. So it's going to still take some strength moving into this Ace of Cups, into this new emotion, this new emotional fulfillment, but I'm getting that it's going to happen for you. And it was probably a good thing that you held close to this thing, that your gut told you to hold close to it, because there is a chance here for an emotional rebirth, essentially. So don't be intimidated by it taking strength, though, because Capricorns are very kind of bullheaded and strong and, strong-willed anyway, hard workers. So you're not afraid of things taking a little bit of strength, taking a little bit of time and that diligence. That's not something you're afraid of. So I think this is going to be fine. Strength's a beautiful card. So, all right, awesome. Let's move right along. 6:43. We're going to move into Taurus. All right, let me go ahead and just shuffle this deck real fast so that we can get a really clear message here for Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear for the new year? Let's try to get one more. Yep, perfect. Oh, Death reversed. Interesting. 3 of Cups reversed. An Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm getting for you is potentially a new career path. Yeah, this could be a new career path, because with 3 of Cups, that's typically sort of like a collaborative energy. And it's interesting too, because Cups, like 3 of Pentacles, is more like a collaborative work energy, but 3 of Cups is an emotional. So there's something here about maybe connections with people at work that you were previously like close to. It's interesting that Death's reversed. I may have to get a clarification card for Death reversed, because Death, upright would imply like a new cycle, a new beginning, the deterioration of old things for new things to be born anew, especially with that Ace of Pentacles, right? There's something new here. There's something financially new and starting fresh for you. But let me just go ahead and get a clarity card for Death reversed, because I think it's interesting that it's reversed. So why is Death reversed? And I'm going to try to keep all of these, these readings like pretty concise and even amongst everybody. But if I feel called to do a clarity card, then I'm just going to do that. Ace of Wands reversed is the clarification for Death reversed. Yeah, maybe it's something that you were previously really passionate about and had a fire for, that you no longer do, no longer will. I don't want to get caught up in any sort of negativity here about certain things dissolving, because we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is so, look at the imagery on this card. We got the lotus flower, and it's, Ace of Pentacles is completely, it's support from the universe for a completely new path, usually in finance, because Pentacles is sort of like a, as earth energy is, which is very conducive for you here, Taurus, being an earth sign. So it feels new, and it feels work related. You're letting things go that emotionally held you back, in the sense of like either collaboration or something that you had a passion for, something that you felt really fiery towards. And it just feels like you're really embracing a new cycle here, is what it seems like. There's no fear around it, maybe. Or maybe there is a fear, and that's why Death's reversed. It's very interesting. So I don't know. Hopefully that's speaking to you and that's resonating in some way, Taurus. Hopefully you got something from that one. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see. All right, 9:54 for Sagittarius. I've actually got this little rune rock here, so I'm gonna make sure I'm clearing the deck here, freshening up the energy. Oh, it jumped out right away. Okay. Anything else for Sag? Okay. Ooh, awesome. Oh, very wow, gorgeous card there. Very sexy woman. Okay, Eight of Cups. You're moving on from something. King of Pentacles. Oh, and the Fool. This is exciting. Oh, this is really cool. All right. And the High Priestess. Okay. All right. So we had the High Priestess come out for the Virgo reading as well. The Fool. All right. You are embarking on a completely new journey. There's a new aspect to what you're diving into that is fresh. You're starting over, but it's towards something extremely abundant, and it's very empowered because we have a King of Pentacles here. This is speaking to a masculine energy that's in his financial abundance and financial stability. He is empowered in his workspace. He's empowered in his, I think, his love life, even because of this High Priestess. He may be associated with somebody very, I mean, because if you look too at this Eight of Cups, she's gorgeous, right? Like there's something about that seductive sort of empowered feminine energy here that's really coming through. And what's so cool about this King of Pentacles too is like there's this guy is like blue, and that's very much kind of similar to like the Hindu gods. So there's something about perhaps enlightenment here. This new fool's journey is perhaps a path to enlightenment, a path to an awakening of the self. I mean, look at him; he's like dancing on this like sort of this precipice here. So this could be a masculine embracing his feminine side, even perhaps too, with like this energetic or this feminine energy coming through. But the Eight of Cups is moving on from something. So you may be moving on from some. It could be a past mindset. It could be a past relationship. It's something like that. But you are moving towards here in like this portal. It's like you're moving into a portal of. I really am getting like awakening, a spiritual side to the self here, just with how that King of Pentacles is presented and how that Fool card is dancing there. So, wow. Very, very nice, Sag. Okay, let's go on to, at 12:33, we've got Aries. Aries for the new year. Okay. So Two of Swords reversed. Eight of Wands reversed. You're slowing down something that you were perhaps moving towards quickly. It's interesting. I'm not really sure why, because there is that Seven of Swords. So there's some sort of like, there's some sort of, I'm hearing trickery, but I don't, you might have been associating yourself with somebody that wasn't worth trusting. Prince of Pentacles. And we also have Ten of Pentacles. Wow, okay. You may be trying to, you rushed into perhaps some type of job or some sort of situation that you thought was right for you at the time, but you're realizing that you may have jumped into it a little too fast and that it wasn't what you thought it was. I don't think anyone's lying or deceiving you here. I don't think this is a situation of where like you're not getting paid. I don't think it's really that, but you're realizing that there may be, I mean, with that Prince of Pentacles, I mean, look at like that, like the peacock imagery and stuff like that too. It's almost like there was like a front to something. There was a showy aspect to what you were getting into that you realize may not be totally like in alignment with you. Maybe it was at the time, but maybe not anymore. Because with Ten of Pentacles for the year, I think it's like either you're really embracing this new thing or this job, but I don't know, you're slowing down with something. I don't know. You're giving pause to something here a little bit. But I think it's fine that you're doing that because what that decision that you're making around that is leading to a Ten of Pentacles, which is extremely financially abundant. It's everything, right? It could even be a family or, you know, things like that too. So whatever that decision that you're making that you're kind of taking a little bit of time to contemplate a little bit on, and trying to make sure it's really compatible with what you're heading towards for yourself and wanting for yourself is going to be the right decision for you because of that 10 of Pentacles. So, okay, good luck with that one, Aries. All right, 1515, we've got Leo. I'm really enjoying so far how different all of these are coming through so far. They're all kind of uniquely their own. We're not kind of getting anything that's like building off of it of another thing. So I like that. Ooh, okay. Leo, we have some strength here that came out. Let's see if we can get one more. All right. We have 9 of Wands. We have 3 of Wands reversed. We have Prince of Swords reversed. And we have Strength. So there's a communication I'm getting that was kind of weighing heavy on you. So I'm not sure if there's something about this communication that left someone feeling not very empowered. And it took a lot of strength to get through. I'm kind of confused what this message is for the new year, though. This really feels kind of like, because 9 of Wands is like that wounded warrior card where you're kind of having to take almost a breather. This actually, that may be the message for the year for you, is that maybe you had a really tough year this past year and you're almost kind of having to like take a breather, and you were kind of forced to choose a path, or forced to, you know, maybe cut ties with somebody who you found out maybe was like saying bad things about you behind your back, or but I mean, if you look at this 9 of Wands, so this is a very sort of empowered 9 of Wands. This is somebody who's a strong warrior. This is not a wounded warrior. This is a strong warrior. I mean, there's even like this feminine energy kind of like at this other feminine's feet, like really sort of like in worship, or like in awe, like, wow, like you're extremely capable. So it took strength. You were tough, though. You were a warrior through this. You really fought through it. Whatever that communication, because Prince of Swords represents like that, you know, that communication card. Yeah, and that 3 of Wands too is just like shows like how you had to really kind of be mindful about where you were going with this, given this information that you found out. So I'm taking that 9 of Wands for this year for you to be like, it's a breather year, but it's also like you came out stronger and you learned a lot from whatever happened this past year or prior years or whatever. That's going to be you're figuring it out this year, basically. You're integrating what you learned is kind of what I'm getting with that. So kudos to you for staying strong. Life's a roller coaster there. There, Leo. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into Scorpio at 1830. Scorpio for the new year. Six of Pentacles reversed. All right, we've got several out here. Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, something's either not balanced or someone's not giving and taking in a reciprocating way, but we do have the Chariot upright. So that's interesting. Okay, let's see more. 3 of Swords reversed. Ooh, so you may have let go of a connection that was not being reciprocating to you. Yeah, that heartbreak, you're moving past that heartbreak. You're no longer dwelling in the past of things not working out how you thought. And with this Chariot card, though, typically the representation of the Chariot, like the Empress and the Emperor ride in the Chariot together, but this is like a solo masculine driving this Chariot. And it's sort of like this feminine energy is like, it's almost kind of like in the background. It's not really it almost looks like a child even too. So this may be, this could be a masculine that just came out of a marriage and has a daughter or something like that. Or that may only resonate for some. Please do not try to force it if it does not fit for you. But Whatever it was, this masculine's moving forward independently past a heartbreak. The heartbreak he is leaving in his past, because he's no longer going to put his time and effort into things that are not reciprocating for him. Nine of Wands reversed. Yep. Totally releasing the burdens, the pain of the past, the heaviness and the just the day-to-day battering of whatever this was that this person went through. Totally, I mean, this is the Chariot. I mean, that's a great thing to move into for the year, with the New Year's, is like that strong, independent, like, I've got this. I'm moving past this heartbreak with that Three of Swords reverse. I am seeking things that bring me balance, and I'm no longer spending my time on things that are basically causing me pain. I'm moving independently into something for myself, and it's given me great strength and determination and power and pride to do that for myself. I liked that one. That was awesome. Okay, 21 minutes. We got Pisces. Okay. Pisces for the new year. Ooh, got some flying cards here. All right, again, we got King of Pentacles. Beautiful. Oh, wow, and we've got the Fool. Okay, so this is very similar to the Sagittarius reading. And we have the Emperor reversed. That's interesting. And Justice reversed. I'm getting that something is very unexpected this year. It's still going to be fine. It's basically like completely different than what you expected. So with the Emperor reverse and Justice reverse, you had a plan. You had a strategy in mind. You had, it was a plan. It was a routine. It was a strategy. You had it locked in, just figured out. You really felt like you knew what you were doing. And we have this Fool's Journey. So something totally flips on its head. I'm surprised that we don't have like a death card or a Tower moment here. I guess because it's not negative. We don't have it because it's not negative. So whatever this new thing is that's coming through, it's basically like whatever this is, it's completely not how you expected it to go, but it's just equally as good. It's like not a problem that it went this way. It's a new journey. So it's like a fresh start in some aspect. So, there is the aspect of when things are fresh or new or like starting over, there are kind of like, you are setting down a new path, and like there are going to be hurdles, but it's not like a Tower moment here. There's still because we have King of Pentacles upright. So even though the Emperor's reversed, we have a King of Pentacles upright and the Fool. So this new thing that you're diving into that was completely unexpected for you is going to be just fine, and it's going to be still completely financially successful. You're going to achieve all of the same things that you were wanting, in a sense. Like, the end goal will be achieved, but I mean, it is kind of tricky with that Justice being reversed. It's not achieving in the same way you thought it was going to. So you may get abundance in a completely different aspect than what you were expecting. That's kind of what I'm getting with that. So, all right, we're going to jump right into Cancer now. 2315. Cancer for the the year 2024. And also keep in mind, readings are timeless. So just because this is for the new year, that does not mean that this will not pertain to you at some other time. Wow. Okay, a lot of Fool cards coming out here. All right, this one fell on the floor. And the High Priestess. This is the third time that we've had the High Priestess come through. So we have the High Priestess. We have King of Wands. We have the Fool. And we have Ace of Wands reversed. Interesting that the Ace of Wands reversed came out with the King of Wands upright. So you might be the High Priestess here. You might be associated with a masculine who... This is kind of actually reminding me of the Capricorn reading a little bit. So, because we had that Ace of Cups, right? And so with this Fool, it's kind of feeling tied in that, like, maybe you're a Cancer, maybe you're associated with a Capricorn. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm feeling this tie is here. And so this masculine may have been, you guys may have been having some relationship trouble or something like that in the past with the Ace of Wands reversed. But now he's coming forward trying to rebirth with his Ace of Cups, this King of Wands upright, a new passion, a new love, a new cycle with the Fool to really kind of bring an energy to this connection that was not previously being met in the way that you would have hoped maybe. But you are the High Priestess, so you are beautiful and gorgeous and everything. So it's not like there's any sort of lack on your end, like as a reasoning for why. things were like that in the past, but the main thing to focus on here is that there is a new cycle being reborn with this, and it's a fresh start, and you guys are going to be okay. I don't think that there's like a divorce or anything like that coming through here. It seems very like a couple people willing to kind of make things work and not be so focused on like maybe past hurts or past things that have been said. There's forgiveness here. There's forgiveness, and there's release. I'm hearing release. 25, 28 for Aquarius. Let me go ahead and just give this deck a good shuffle. I want to make sure that since we have had a few cards come out that are a little repetitive here, let's make sure that we're shuffled nice and good. All right, this is going to be for Aquarius for the new year. What does Aquarius need to hear for the new year? Well, right away we have a Queen of Pentacles. Let's see if we can get a few more. Okay. Yep, let's take all 4 of these. The All Gifted reversed. Oh, interesting. Death reversed. Huh. The Magician reversed. Okay, this is sort of my first, I don't want to say negative. It's not negative because we have a Queen of Pentacles upright, but there's something here about the message is that you're getting a little too fixated on the material world. So you're kind of getting wrapped up in day-to-day thoughts, day-to-day things with work. Could be relationship and stuff too. I'm not really seeing relationship energy here, but what I'm getting sort of like with the Magician being reversed, the Magician is like a manifestor energy. It's and the Magician like embodies all of the like, you know, all of the signs. So it's got like the swords, the pentacles, the cups, and the wands, right? So there's a mystical side to yourself because we have the All Gifted reverse too. That's kind of the main reason why I'm sort of saying like this is advice, because in this particular deck, I'd said at the beginning, the All Gifted is like basically representative of God or the universe or the divine, the balance of masculine and feminine. And so what's interesting too with the Magician, that's Gemini Virgo energy. And we have Queen of Pentacles, so that's also like Virgo. So that's why I feel like you're kind of getting a little bit too grounded in, and Gemini is like also twins, right? So I'm getting that there's the aspect of yourself that is more divine, the aspect of yourself that is more intuitive, the aspect of yourself that is more yin yang. This could be somebody who's having a little bit of difficulty in a twin flame connection, perhaps. You're being called to embrace a new side of yourself that you've kind of been unwilling to unlock because you've been so stuck in the day-to-day thing. So with Death reversed, it's like, okay, don't be afraid to tap into the more magical, mystical, spiritual side of yourself. There's a lot to untap that is unseen and unknown, and there's a call to trust in the divine. And just because it's not seen in your material world doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. Basically, it's like, don't try to be more present than being, you know, I don't want to say don't do this, don't do that, right? But there is a call here to, when you are living in the day-to-day moments, because you are very grounded in like what's happening in your reality, you can almost kind of shift it into a state of mindfulness and making your hyper attunement to what's happening around you more of a present and mindful aspect. So you can bring an aspect of spirituality into your hyper attunement to your physical reality, if that makes sense. So it's, you can make this transitional here, you can make this gradual. It doesn't have to be like a all of a sudden I'm going to start trying to meditate every day and, you know, start doing yoga, and like, while you can do all that, that's, you know, totally fine. But it's helps you to kind of piece it, like kind of break it down and make it a little bit more palatable for you to make this change within yourself, to see the results in your external reality that are, you know, like, I feel like you're doing very well in work, but I think it's because you're a hard worker. But I feel like there's emotions or some sort of relationship aspect, like I said, may not be doing too well in a twin flame dynamic. Now I know the twin flame terminology is very like hyper inflated right now, and like there was that whole documentary, and like that's not really what I'm speaking to, not the fake stuff, but the real stuff. So if you, I feel like whoever this is speaking to is getting this message. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, Aquarius, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Funny enough, we're actually moving into Gemini now. So I just kind of was speaking on the whole twin aspect and everything. So at 30, let's see, 30:01 maybe, we're going to go ahead and put for Gemini. And yeah, so let me put these cards back in the deck and let's see what the twins, what do the twins need to know for the new year? We got one. Let's see if we can get a few more to come out here. Okay, we got 4. Huh. Okay. 6 of Wands upright, Ace of Cups reversed. The Fool. Oh my gosh, we've a lot of, I mean, it kind of makes sense with it coming into the new year, right? A lot of new cycles and new beginnings for people. 5 of Cups. So this is ego dissolvement. This is ego dissolvement. This is perhaps the ending of a relationship, a romantic connection. Somebody really, I don't want to say you're having an end of a relationship this year, but this is kind of what it's giving me, because 6 of Wands is like ego and like, oh, like I'm proud, I think everything's fine, like everything's good, I feel great. And then we've got Ace of Cups reverse, ow, like this is not, you know, emotionally what I thought it was. I thought this was a new beginning with the Fool too. So it's almost like you're having to set out on a new beginning because an other beginning of emotion did not pan out like you thought it did. And I'm saying that because we got 5 of Cups too. So there is an aspect of pain here. We don't have a heartbreak card coming out, but I mean, if you look at her in that imagery, there is a lot of pain. And that's kind of what happens with the ego dissolvement process. There is pain associated with ego dissolving. So you kind of went through a moment, I think, that gave you a little bit of a slap in the face. But I think that with this Fool journey for the year, you're starting fresh. I don't think that you're going to let that old cycle move into this new cycle of the new year. I think you're going to leave it in the past. So it feels heavy right now. This may be a freshly new thing that happened to you, but I think that with the Fool being here, it really does speak to the fact that you are going to have a new beginning. You are going to start taking the steps towards something that's going to be more fulfilling for you. It's not going to leave you in a state of heartbreak or a state of like, I'm almost getting like shock here. Like you're really surprised at like how this unfolded, I think. So, but it's what's cool about ego dissolvement too is like that's towards the path of enlightening. And so I think that throughout this year, we don't have anything like speaking to enlightening moments here, but with the Fool's journey, I mean, that's inevitably the path that you're heading down. So it's exciting. It's exciting. You got to go through pain to learn those lessons that you need to learn to become a better person. So congratulations, Gemini. That's a hard lesson to learn, but you're already going through it. So you're already in a great place now to where you're going. So, all right, the last one here, we got 33 minutes for Libra. What does Libra need to know for the new year? We had a card that actually, we have 2 cards that got kind of left out at the bottom. So let's see if there's 2 more. Okay. We have King of Cups reversed, we've got 8 of Pentacles, we've got the Star reversed, and we have 4 of Swords reversed. You're perhaps feeling unsure about trying to dissolve a connection maybe with a King of Cups. You maybe weren't getting emotional fulfillment from a masculine energy. Because we have the Star reversed too. So you weren't feeling sexy, you weren't feeling empowered, you weren't feeling appreciated maybe. 8 of Pentacles too. It's interesting that there's a work aspect to that connection as well. We have the 4 Swords reversed, but that's like somebody who is in a state of contemplation of like, I don't know what I should do. I got to think on this. I'm unsure. How do I handle this? I think you're kind of coming to a decision of like, I think I know how I need to handle this. I need to perhaps try to dissolve this connection. Let me get one more clarification card for that King of Cups reversed for Libra. Because definitely with that Star being reversed. 10 of Pentacles, and 2 of Swords. So you're trying to decide if, maybe yes, maybe you haven't decided fully yet. That's really interesting that we have the 4 of Swords reversed, but then we also have the 2 of Pentacles here. So there is still contemplation on some aspect. I feel like you're very back and forth. Very back and forth. 4 is heavier, you know, like it has more, there's the weight of 4 swords is heavier than the weight of 2 swords. So you are going back and forth in your thoughts about this decision with the Two of Swords, there is that indecisiveness, but I'm getting that with the Four of Swords being reversed, there's a heavier weight, a stronger emphasis around the fact that I think you have come to a decision. There may just be a little bit of denial with it. But I think that whatever decision you come to, perhaps in the dissolving of this connection, will lead you to the state of more empowerment because you do have a Ten of Pentacles here. So this overall is a very good message. I think that you're a hard worker, or there, like I said, something with this Eight of Pentacles, there is work associated here, and we have Ten of Pentacles. So financially and like in a workspace, you're going to be very abundant this year. And I think that you will get clarity throughout the year as to what you're going to do about this potentially, you know, dissolvement of like with the King of Cups sort of connection here. So, and then I think that star will flip to upright, and you'll kind of start to get your sensuality back and things like that too. Once you finally come to terms with the fact that you have come to a decision, you have to accept it in a way, and accepting it will lead you to a more empowered state and the type of abundance that you have been looking for. Well, that was the reading for everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please drop in the comments if you liked this style. I can't promise that the next reading I do is going to be in this style, but I am going to try to kind of incorporate new, you know, media aspects to my readings, because it's, you know, change is good, right? Change is good, and we like fun imagery, and we like to keep it fun here on Leaping Lotus Tarot, right? So if you've stayed through this whole thing, oh my gosh, please hit like, please subscribe, and also, I mean, I love the comments. That's my favorite aspect, is reading you guys' comments. So even if you didn't like it, let me know that too, and then maybe drop a comment about a suggestion for, you know, the next reading, or like what you'd like to hear next, or if a certain part of your reading resonated with you, or even if there was a different reading that you're listening to, or if you listen to multiple different signs for different people, if there were certain ones that you're like, oh, this really, you know, spoke to me. I love hearing about that from people. So anyway, thank you so much, you guys, and we will see you next time.